संस्कृति का वैभव जग में सबसे न्यारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
भारतीय संस्कृति का वैभव जग में सबसे न्यारा। ज्ञान और विज्ञान यहीं से सबने पाया सारा, सबने पाया सारा। कुछ भूलों से हारा फिर से जीते देश हमारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
त्यागशील सेवा व्रतधारी युवा जगे पुरुषार्थी।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
त्यागशील सेवा व्रतधारी युवा जगे पुरुषार्थी। वैज्ञानिकता विनय सभ्यता स्वभाव हो निस्वार्थी, स्वभाव हो निस्वार्थी। देशभक्ति में तेजस्वी हो फिर समाज यह सारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
शिवाजी बुद्ध गगन के तारे।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
महावीर गोविंद शिवाजी बुद्ध गगन के तारे। परंपरा की पुण्य चेतना उर में हम सब धारे, उर में हम सब धारे। बाल हृदय में उसे जगाकर जगे देश यह सारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
समर्थ बनाओ।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
त्यागो सारी दुर्बलता को राष्ट्र समर्थ बनाओ। बंधु भाव समता ममता से सबको गले लगाओ, सबको गले लगाओ। चलो विवेकानंद मार्ग पर शुभ संदेश हमारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा। भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, 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 गीता।
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारी, बरनउ रघुबर विमल जसु जो दायक फलचारी। बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार, बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर, जय कपी सतिहु लोक उजागर। रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा, अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी, कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी। कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा, कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा। हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे, कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन, तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर, राम काज करिबे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे, रामचंद्र के काज संवारे। लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए, श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए। रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिय भरतई सम भाई। सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे, अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा, नारद सारद सहित अहिसा। जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते, कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा, राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा। तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु, लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानू। प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि, जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज सम्हारो आपे, तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा, है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता, असवर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्तन धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई, छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, कीजय नाथ हृदय महडेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरन, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुर भूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय।
वचनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरं हृदयं मधुरं गमनं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
वचनं मधुरं चरितं मधुरं वसनं मधुरं वलितं मधुरं चलितं मधुरं भ्रमितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
रेणुर्मधुरो रेणुर्मधुराः पाणिर्मधुराः पादौ मधुरौ नृत्यं मधुरं सख्यं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गीतं मधुरं पीतं मधुरं भुक्तं मधुरं सुप्तं मधुरं रूपं मधुरं तिलकं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
तरणं मधुरं तरणं मधुरं हरणं मधुरं स्मरणं मधुरं वमितं मधुरं शमितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
कुञ्जा मधुरा माला मधुरा यमुना मधुरा वीची मधुरा सलिलं मधुरं कमलं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गोपी मधुरा लीला मधुरा युक्तं मधुरं मुक्तं मधुरं दृष्टं मधुरं शिष्टं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गोपा मधुरा गावो मधुरा यष्टिर्मधुरा सृष्टिर्मधुरा दलितं मधुरं फलितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं
सुन गैया, बोल कन्हैया, कलयुग में गीता श्लोक सिखाया जा रहा है। कहाँ कान्हा? गीता परिवार के ऑनलाइन जूम पर 20 दिनों में 2 अध्यायों का संस्कृत में शुद्ध पठन, गीता गुंजन सर्टिफिकेट मिलेगा। साप्ताहिक गीता अर्थ विवेचन सत्र, 4 स्तरों पर संपूर्ण भगवद गीता का निशुल्क प्रशिक्षण, सभी अध्यायों के निशुल्क PDF, ऑडियो व वीडियो सामग्री मिलेगी। संस्कृत व्याकरण के लिए अतिरिक्त कक्षाएं होंगी। जून 2020 से अब तक 131 देशों से 4 लाख से अधिक गीता प्रेमी साधकों को प्रवेश। तो चलो हम भी चलें। reg.learngita.com। आओ हम भी चले, रजिस्टर नाउ। Welcome to free online Geeta classes. It's a journey of mantras. We learn Geeta shloks in 4 levels. In first level, we learn 2 adhyay in 20 days. Then we will get a precious Geeta Gunjan certificate. We conduct extra grammar classes to learn Sanskrit easily. You will get free audio, video and PDF of adhyayas. There are amazing weekly interpretation sessions. This class is conducted 40 minutes a day, 5 days in a week, in 13 time slots and in 12 languages. What are you waiting for? Join fast. Register now on reg.learngita.com. Hurry up and join fast. Jai Shri Krishna. अरे ओ कान्हा, रुक तो जरा, भाग भाग के कहाँ जा रहा है? मैया, गीता परिवार के ऑनलाइन जूम क्लास में गीता सिखाया जा रहा है। मैं वही जा रहा हूँ। जरा यह तो बता, वहाँ होता क्या है? मेरे भक्त गीता का शुद्ध उच्चारण करते हैं, मुझे आनंद आता है। आज ही गीता के श्लोक सीखने के लिए रजिस्टर करें। रजिस्टर नाउ reg.learngita.com। गोपियों, तुम भी चलो गीता सीखने के लिए। मैं आ रहा हूँ।
सच्चिदानन्दं वासुदेवं व्रजप्रियं धर्मसंस्थापकं वीरं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा, भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा, भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता।
जय श्री कृष्णा। Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. My salutation to Param Pujniya Swami Govind Dev Giriji Maharaj. On behalf of Geeta Parivar, myself, Kiran Arora, welcomes you all devotees of Lord Krishna. We are here yet another interpretation session of chapter 2, Sankhya Yoga. The Updesha of Lord Krishna has started from 11th shloka of this chapter. That's why this chapter is also known as key of Bhagavad-Gītā. Prayer is the key that unlocks the immense storehouse of God's infinite grace and power. For Prarambhik Pratna, I would like to invite Smita Didi. She is from Mumbai. She joined Geeta Parivar May 2022. She is offering seva as technical assistant in Geeta Parivar. Welcome, Didi. Please recite the Prarambhik Pratna. Didi, please unmute yourself.
वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं श्रीकृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। जय श्री कृष्ण।
Thank you so much, Didi. So beautiful prayer. It is said that knowledge is light. Light destroys darkness and knowledge destroys ignorance. So for Prarambhik Deep Prajwalan, I would like to invite Mugda Didi. She is from Bangalore. She joined Geeta Parivar May 2021. She is Geeta Vrati and offering seva as co-trainer in L1 and L2. She is also a part of calling and migration team. Let's start the Prajwalan.
निषिद्धैरप्येभिर्लुलितमकरन्दो मधुकरैः करैरिन्दोरन्तश्छुरित इव समूलः तिन्नो नयनसुभगामस्य सदसः प्रकीर्णः पुष्पाणां हरिचरणयोरञ्जलिरयम् शरदिन्दुनिभां शुभ्रवस्त्रैरलङ्कृतां कलहंसकृतावासां वरदां शारदां नुमः.
Thank you so much, Devi. So beautiful, Deep Prajwalan. Now it's a time for the most anticipated part of the session. Today's our speaker is Kavita Ji Verma. She is from Lucknow. She is Geeta Parvina and Geeta Vrati. She is disciples of Param Pujniya Swami Govind Dev Giriji Maharaj. She is associated with Geeta Parivar at very early age. She is a student of Advaita Vedanta at Chinmay Vishwavidyapith, Kochi. She is one of the program coordinator of online Geeta classes. It's my honor to welcome you, Kavita Didi. pranam.
Jai Shri Krishna. Once again, welcome to the second chapter interpretation session. We'll begin with the prayer. Sada Shiva Samarambham Vyasa Shankara Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Vande Guru Paramparam Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayana Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshiniim Bhagavatim Ashtadashaadhyayinim Amvattvamanusandathami Bhagavad Geete Bhavadveshini Bhagavad Geete Bhavadveshini. Jai Shri Krishna. So we have seen like what is the situation for the Arjun, and Lord Bhagwan has started giving the Upadesha. He has started preaching to the Arjuna that you should not grieve. You are first Arjuna said like I'm not able to do fight against my own people. I cannot kill them. I cannot fight with them. How can I kill my own people and then I can get this kingdom and money and wealth, etc. All these comforts. How can I just enjoy these comforts? So Arjuna starts with like this, and then he sits behind in the chariot and he says, I will not fight. And then Bhagwan, with the smile, he starts the Upadesha of Bhagavad Gita. He says, you are speaking like a scholar person and you are doing like a coward person. It is you, whatever you are saying, it can't be said by the scholar person. So Pragyavadansha Bhashate. So you are speaking like a Pragyavan, like a scholar person. So he says like this, and then Bhagwan starts telling about the Sarupa of Atma, the soul. Because Arjuna is saying, I cannot kill Bhishma Pitamaha, I cannot kill Dronacharya. They are my own people. They are very respected to me. I love them very much. How can I kill them? So Bhagwan is saying, who is saying to kill them? You cannot even kill them. If you want also, then also you are not able to kill them. Why? Because so you are recognizing people with their body, with their sense organs, but that is not real. The reality is we are the soul and we are the immortal souls. We cannot be killed and we cannot kill. So in 17th chapter itself, Bhagwan said, Avinashi tu tad vidhi yena sarvamidam tatam vinasham avyayasyasya na kaschit kartum marhati. So he's saying Avinashi, that soul is immortal. You cannot kill it because it never got born and it will not die. It will not destroy. And then he says this body and everything is pervaded by this soul only, pervaded by this Atman. How can you kill this thing? So killing the Atma or killing the soul is like you are having the sword in your heart, in your hand, and you are trying to kill the shadow. Is it possible? So if you have, suppose you have shadow and you are trying to kill it, you are trying to cut it. It is not possible. The entire thing, just imagine the house which is made up of mud, and the mud is so mud is used to make that house, entire house. You can break, you can destroy the house, you can destroy the shape of the house, everything, but can you destroy the mud? You cannot destroy the mud. Even though this house will be destroyed completely, there would be no house, but mud will still exist. You cannot destroy the mud entirely. So that is the meaning, like you can just kill the body which is made up of mud and it is going to destroy one day. So you can destroy the body, but you cannot kill the soul. He said, Natve vaham jatu nasam natvam nemi janadhipaha nachaiva na bhavishyama sarve vayamatav param dehi nosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha dehantara praptir dhirastatra namuihati. He's saying everyone was existing in the beginning, everyone will be existing in the end, everyone is existing now. Like we have different stages in our body. Balyavastha, we are kid, then we become young man, then we become old man. We just change our stages. Our body will change our stages, but we are the same in all the stages. That is the message. And then nasato vidyate bhavo na bhavo vidyate sataha ubhayorapi drishtontas tvanayostattvadarshibhi. He says nasato vidyate bhavo, asataha has no existence, and then the asat has no existence. Similarly, the sat will never destroy, it always exists. So body, if you are grieving for the body, so just keep this in your mind that body is going to destroy one day. If you will not kill this body, someone else will kill, or it will be killed, it will have destruction. So body is going to be killed by this nature, not by you, then by this nature. So it is okay if you are killing body, that means you are not killing anyone. Body is made up of pancha tattva, pancha mahabhuta. If you are killing it, it will be destroyed like with the agni, fire. So it will mix with the pancha mahabhut, pancha elements only. Akash, vayu, tej, agni, fire. Tej means fire. Then you have jal, means water, and then prithvi, earth. So you have these 5 elements. This body is made up of these 5 elements. So if you are killing this body, it will be mixed with these 5 elements only. You cannot destroy it completely. So you can just destroy the body, but not the soul. Soul will remain as it is. So like we have seen the example of mud house. Similarly, like you have if you have sun in the sky, and then you have a pot with the water, filled with the water. In the water, you can see the reflection of sun. Now you are seeing the reflection of sun in the water. Suppose this pot falls down and it breaks. So here it is, sun is also inside the water. The reflection of sun is inside the water. So will it be broken with the, like after breaking this pot, the sun will remain as it is. You cannot break the sun. You can break the pot, or you can just destroy the water, but sun will remain as it is in the sky. Similarly, the body, you can break the body, but you can destroy the body, but you cannot affect anything. You cannot affect soul. So soul is permanent. It will remain as it is. So Bhagwan is saying, he takes some 2 shlokas from Kathopanishad. So we have Kathopanishad, you all are aware. So in the Kathopanishad, these 2 shlokas are there. Little bit is changed in this shloka, otherwise there are everything is same. So he just brings from Kathopanishad and says here, ya enam veti hantaram yaschainam manyate hatam ubhautau na vijanito nayam hanti na hanyate. So he says the people, there are 2 categories. He says one category who think that I am the hantaram, I can kill someone, or yaschainam manyate hatam, or I can be killed by someone. Or don't say I, maybe they say the soul or the person can be killed or can kill someone. So we have 2 categories, but ubhautau na vijanito, both of these people don't know the reality, because this soul cannot be killed and it cannot kill anyone. That is the rule, that is a thumb rule. So if you think that you will kill Bhishma Pitama, you will kill Dronacharya, and you love them, you respect them, how can you kill? So the reality is you are not going to kill them, because Bhishma Pitama, Dronacharya, their souls are permanent. Nobody can kill them. So you should not grieve for this. You should not have, you should not lament for this. You should not feel sorrow, or you should not feel bad, because you cannot kill the real element, the soul. And if you are killing body, then it will be killed by someone and it will be destroyed one day. So in both the ways, you should not cry. You should not feel bad about this. Now, the 20th shloka is also from Kathopanishad, as it takes, and he says, Na jayate mriyate va kadachin nayam bhutva bhavita va na bhuyaha ajo nityashashvatoyam purano na hanyate hanyamani sharire. So first Bhagwan says, there are 6 vikaras. 6 vikaras, they are there. So you can define whether this thing is destructible or non-destructible. So if the thing is nitya, then that thing will not have these 6 vikaras. And if it is anitya, means you can destroy it, you can destruct it, that means it will have these 6 vikaras. What are these vikaras? So first is jayate. Jayate means which gets born, which gets birth, that is jayate. Then asti. Asti means which exists for some time. Asti. So jayate, asti, then vardhate, which grows, vardhate. And viparinamate, which changes. Like it has some changing element, it will change some little bit. Then we have apakshiyate, which starts fading, like which starts destroying little bit. It will be fade and then it will destroy. And then in the end we have nashyati. Nashyati, completely destroyed. It got destroyed. So we have these 6 stages of anything in the samsara. Let's take the example of flower. So flower will born, and then it will grow, and then you will have asti falling. So it will be born, then it will exist, and then it will grow a little bit, and then viparinamte, it will change, it will have new fragrance, it will have new colors, and some new design will come in the petals, or petals will grow in a particular way, so it will be very beautiful. So the flower you can see, the viparinamte. And then apakshiyate, then slowly till the evening it will start destroying little bit, like the petals which were very it was glorifying before, but now it is getting fade, the beauty will be fade. And then nashyati, in the end it will be destroyed, the flower will destroy. So these 6 stages are there, which defines this thing is anitya, this thing is destructible. So Bhagwan is saying Atma is having no vikaras. All these shad vikaras, 6 vikaras, are not existing in the Atma. And how he is saying, na jayate mriyate va kadachin, na jayate, it never gets birth, it was always there. Na mriyate, it will not destroy, it will not be killed. And then nayam bhutva bhavitava na bhuya. So after getting birth, it will again destroy, and then again it will birth. It is not like that. The Atma will not, Atma is not like that. So anything in the world, like we people, our bodies get birth and then it dies, and then it again get birth. But Atma is not like that. Atma will never get new birth, or it will never die. How? So we will see later in next shlokas, maybe we will see. Ajo nityashashvatoyam purana. Ajo. It was never born. It was existing from always. From always, what does it mean? So na sadasin, no sadasin. Like we have Nasidya Suktam, very beautiful 129th Sukta of Dasham Mandal in Rig Ved. We have Nasidya Sukta. It is very famous. You can search it on Google or YouTube also. So you will find the theories of Nasidya Sukta, the creation, how the creation happened in according to our Vedic culture. So he says this supreme element, the highest thing or the biggest thing or the very beautiful thing about the Indian philosophy is we are very much open. We are open to accept any new thought. So for example, we have some philosophies or some ideologies where God is the supreme power. But here in this Nasidya Sukta, Vedas say like the God is also not the supreme power according to us, according to this Nasidya Sukta, according to our philosophy, Advaita philosophy. We say maybe because before the creation, of everything, there was something which exists, and that is Sat. That is something we don't know. And maybe that God also doesn't know that element, that supreme element. So there is the shlok or the sukta. It says like yo asya adhyakshaha parame vyoman so angaveda yadi vanaveda. So that adhyaksha, that Bhagavan, maybe we think Bhagavan is all knower, he knows everything. So maybe, but Bhagavan also doesn't know who was there in the beginning, or who Bhagavan also doesn't know who is this supreme element. Because just imagine, before the creation, when nothing was there, and nothingness was also not there. So in the beginning only, they say na sad asin na asad asin. Asad was also not there, Sat was also not there. Means there was no existence and there was no nothingness. So it is beyond to our mind. We don't have that capacity to think in that way. So in our Upanishads, in our Vedas, this thing was already said in. So our philosophy is very, it has reached to the extreme peak of the philosophy, like peak of the thoughts. So we have reached to that thought. So it says like God is we accept the God. We accept that there is something who is God, someone who is God, who is controlling everything. So what it controls? So God is G for generator. It generates everything. It creates everything. Then we have like it creates everything. Then it operates everything. So whatever is happening, everything it is controlling, and then it destroys everything. It will destroy everything. God, God. So it will create, it will destroy, and it will sustain everything. But this is still not the supreme thing. It is doing under something. Who is that? That is the supreme element, which is our soul, which is our soul. Our soul is that supreme element, and God is also ultimately our soul is only. So there is the deep discussion on this topic. So Bhagavan is saying, na jayate mriyate va kadachin nayam bhutva bhavita va na bhuya ajo nitya. It was never born, then it is nitya. It always exists. Then shashvat. So it it is eternal. It is birthless, eternal, and then it will not destroy. It is Shashvat. I am Purana. Purana means it is ancient. From always it is there, so it is ancient, but still it is new. It is ancient but new, because it is something which is very wonderful. It is something which we really don't know. And if we know, we become one with this. Brahmaved Brahmaiva Bhavati. When we know this supreme element, we become one with we will become one with this element. So we will not have this difference. So it is very wonderful thing which we cannot think. We just, whenever we try to think, it is beyond to our reach. So he's saying na hanyate hanyamane sharire. So even though this body is getting die, your body will die, but this element in the body who is sitting will never die. It will remain as it is. That is the meaning. Then in 21st shloka, he will continue with this thought. Veda vinashinam nityam yainamajam avyayam katham sapurushav partha kanghatayati hantikam. So he's saying Veda vinashinam. So the person who knows this element as avinashi, immortal, that person who knows it as nityam, which exists always, nityam, the person who knows ajam, this element as ajam, which has no birth, birthless, and the person who knows that this is avyaya. Avyaya means you cannot destroy it, you cannot make any change in it, and it is like undecaying. So the person who knows all these entities of the Atma, then katham sa purushav partha, ho Parth, how that person can kill someone or can be killed by someone or can make other person to kill other person. So like we have three ways: either we can be killed, or we can kill, or we can give some money or something to a person to kill other person. So nothing can be done because this element, the soul, cannot be killed, can't be killed, and it cannot kill anyone because it is vikriya rahit. It has no action, it is actionless. The soul is actionless. It is like a wonder, biggest wonder of this world. So we have 7 wonders in the world, but this thing is beyond everything. We cannot think with our mind, we cannot think with our intellect, we cannot talk about it. It is beyond to everything. Now next shloka is very interesting. Maybe you all must have heard this shloka and the simile, and maybe not shloka, then maybe you have heard about this meaning, etc. So the shloka is vasam sijirnani yatha vihaya navani grihnati naroparani tatha sharirani vihaya jinan yanyani sanyati navani dehi. So the thing he's saying, like, we the people daily we wear new clothes and we leave old clothes. So vasamsi means cloth, jirnani when it gets old, or and then yatha vihaya, like we just leave the old clothes, and navani grihnati, navani new clothes, naroparani we just wear new clothes daily. Similarly, the body also, sharirani vihaya, old sharirani, old bodies, it leaves old body, and then jirnani, which is jirnani. So all like the old body which is now very weak, etc., then it leaves the old body and it wears new body, it takes new body, new form. So what he wants to convey is, like, this thing, like having birth or having death, it is very small thing. It is nothing the serious matter. It is not the serious thing which you are not supposed to cry for this birth and death, because this is very small thing if you see in this way. So like we daily change our clothes, similarly soul is also changing the body. So when we change our clothes, so do we have this feeling sorrow? Do we have sorrow? Do we feel bad when changing the clothes? We feel more excited. We feel like, okay, we will have new clothes today, and we try to we feel good all over. But why to feel cry when you are changing your body? For the soul, body is also like a cloth. So if you are changing your clothes and you feel good, similarly if you change your body, then also you should have same mindset for changing the body of this soul also. So it is like a cloth for the Atman, for the soul. So if you are changing it, it is not a problem. And here the word is used sharirani for the body. So means bodies, not body. Bhagwan is saying this word, this Atma is Nitya, means it was always there and it has changed already. It has already changed so many bodies. Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tava Arjuna tanyaham veda sarvani natvam vetha parantapa. In 4th chapter, Bhagwan says bahuni me vyatitani. For me, for you also, for both of us, there were so many births. We had so many lives before. Tanyaham veda sarvani natvam vetha parantapa. Tani aham, I know all these births which we had before, and we will have in future also so many births. So again and again, I know all these births, I know all these lives, but you don't know, because you are Jiva and I am Bhagavan, I am Ishvara. That is the basic difference between Jeev and Bhagavan. Jeev is Alpagya. It has some knowledge. Bhagavan is Sarvagya. It has knowledge of everything. So Jiva knows only the present. I know only my present, maybe past also. In this life also, if we try to remember all the things, all the incidents of our life, we are not able to remind, because we are not able to recall all the moments. But Bhagwan can remember all our past life, not only this life, but all our past life. And also Bhagwan can know the future, but we don't know the future. We don't know even what will happen next moment. So Bhagwan is Sarvagya and Jiva is Alpagya. So you as Arjun, as a Jiva, you don't know all these lives, but I know all about them. So what he's saying, Sharirani, we started with this word Sharirani. Sharirani, it means you had so many bodies and you will be having multiple bodies in future. And so you should not cry for this. You should not grieve for this, because anyways, you are going to change new body every time. So even you will kill Bhishma Pitama, you will kill Dronacharya, you will not kill them first of all. You will change the body. You will just kill the body. So they will get new body. So anyways, you are not going to kill anyone. So it is not a sin. It is not a pap. But here we have to think one thing, like killing, Bhagwan is saying killing is not a pap or not a sin. Then can we kill anyone randomly? So it is also not a good thing. Because here Arjuna is the Kshatriya, and for the Kshatriya, it will come later. Actually, Bhagwan will not remain anything, any question. If you read Bhagavad Gita, all the answers are there in Bhagavad Gita. We have this question, how Bhagwan is saying, Arjuna, it is not pap or sin to kill Dronacharya and Bhishma Pitama. Arjuna is saying right thing, Bhagwan is saying wrong. No, Bhagwan will justify in the shlokas only. We will see, but the basic thing is Bhagwan wants to say you are the Kshatriya. As the Kshatriya, this is your duty to fight, to participate in the war. And at that time, at the time of your duty, whatever happens, like nothing else is more important than your duty. So when you are doing your duty, that is only the important thing. That is only the thing which you have to think about, nothing else. So maybe Dronacharya will come, Bhagwan, maybe Shri Krishna himself will come. Then also you have to fight against him. That's why Bhishma Pitama also worships Bhagwan Shri Krishna. He knows Bhagwan, who is Bhagwan Shri Krishna, and Vishnu Sahasranam we know. After like he was very near to his he was very near to his Antakala that time, but he recited the Vishnu Sahasranam in front of Shri Krishna. So he knows who is Shri Krishna. Shri Krishna is that Param Brahma. Shri Krishna is the Param, that supreme element. He is Bhagwan. Bhishma Pitama is like he is very well aware with all the Sarupa of Bhagwan Shri Krishna, who is this, etc. But still, in the Kurukshetra, he fights against Shri Krishna. We know the story. So Bhishma Pitama and all are also fighting. So even Bhagwan is against you in the fight as a duty. If it is your duty, then you have to fight against everyone. So with the mind, you are not fighting. You are not thinking anything bad about them. But this is your karma. This is your action. You are supposed to do this. Then you have to do this. That's all Bhagwan wants to say. So for us, like killing everyone, killing anyone randomly, it's not our duty. It is Nishiddha karma. So we have Nishiddha karma. We have something which is Nitya karma. Nitya karma is our duty, which we should do. We have to do. If we will not do, then some sin will come to us. And Nishiddha karma, if we will do it, then the sins will come. So killing randomly anyone, if you are not Kshatriya, it is not a battlefield. And if you are killing that other person, it will give you sin. It will lead you to the Naraka. But if it is battlefield and you are Kshatriya, it is your duty, then you can kill. Then also in the battlefield also there are certain rules and regulations. You have to follow all the rules. If you are breaking the rules and killing people, then also it will become sin. There are, like, this dharma is very subtle. Dharma is very sukshma. You cannot think about dharma. It has so many aspects. So for it, and the dharma changes according to the person, according to the place, according to the situations. So that's why the defining dharma is very tough. So Bhagavan is saying, Sharinani, you and me had so many bodies, and we have changed every time. We have changed so many bodies, like a normal person changes the cloth. So why you are crying for this? It is very normal thing, a small thing. Don't cry and go ahead. Go for the yuddha. Do the war. Go for the war. And then one more question. It's coming. He's saying the like Atma or soul will come in the body and it will go. So like that, it will change the clothes, it will change this body. So is it really truth, like Atma goes and Atma comes? So from the body we say like Atma goes and Atma comes. But Atma is all pervading. Nitya sarvagata stharunu. Bhagwan will tell, and he has already told before also. So if it is all pervading, Atma is everywhere, then how it can go and how it can come somewhere if it is everywhere? So what is the answer? Answer is like Atma will not go anywhere. Atma will not come inside the body. What happens? We have already seen Dehi nosmin yatha dehe kaumanam yauvanam jara. The stages of bodies will come inside the body, and we think me as Atma, I am the balak, I am the kid, I am the young man, I'm the old man. So everything, the situations are happening with the body, but we think that this is happening with me, with my soul. And then we say, I am this, I am that. But the reality is nothing is happening with the soul. Similarly, the Atma will not go or it will not come from anywhere, but body will destroy and new body will come. Body will destroy, new body will come. Atma will be as it is. It will not go anywhere. But as a bodily person, as a Ajnani person, we have illusions. So we think that Atma goes and Atma comes. But Atma cannot go, cannot come. It is all pervading. Now the second doubt comes, so why this Janm and Maran, birth and death? Why we have to face all these things? It is, see, this in this world, you cannot be happy every time. First thing, you are trying a lot, you are putting so many efforts, then also you get how much happiness? Very few moments you get happiness, like char din ki chandni fir andheri raat. You have very few moments for the happiness, then again the dark night comes. So why we are living in this life for a small happiness? Why we are living in this life? And Bhagwan is saying, when we get to know our own identity, when we go yasmin gata na nivartanti bhuya, after going there we will not get return, and there we will be fully happy, like we will be 100% happy there. So why we are coming and going from this death and birth? Why we are having this birth and death? So this is just because our karma. Bhagwan has given us body. He has given us all the resources. Now it depends on us. He has also given us freedom. So now it all depends on us, how we are using our resources, how we are using our body. Are we doing good works or the bad works? So it depends on us. If we are doing good work, then we will certainly get the moksha. We will go near to the moksha. And if we are doing bad karmas, then we have to go in the hell also, naraka also, and then again Bhagwan will send again to this world, tanyaham. So he has told in the 16th chapter what he does with the Asuri people. So the people who are not following right thing and they are doing all the wrong things, what Bhagwan does with them. Actually Bhagwan is not doing anything. Our karmas are doing. So we are getting birth, that means we have done some karma before, and because of that result we are getting birth. And in the birth also sometimes we are happy because of good karma, we are sad because of our bad karma. So when we start doing something good, slowly it will all the good karmas, only when we start doing nitya karma, naimittik karma, we avoid nishiddha karma, it will lead us towards the actionless action. Actionless action means the very famous word anasakti yoga. Gandhi ji has also written the book on anasakti yoga, and we have different commentators saying different words for this. So nishkam karma, all these we have the karma. So this concept comes in the Advait Vedanta in our philosophy. They say actionless action. You are doing action, but you are not doing action. What does it mean? So you are doing your karma, you are doing action, but you will not get the result. And once the result will not come, you will not get the next birth also. But the stage comes after, once you get the realization of that supreme element, and for that realization you have to all do good work, good things. And as you do good things, we already have talked about it. So if you are doing good works and you are indulged with good things, then slowly you will get the ability to get the knowledge of that supreme element. And once you get the ability, then you get the knowledge, and then your karma will become actionless. Like you will do the karma, but nothing will affect. So that is the concept. So slowly, so the gist is we should do our duty. We should do whatever we are supposed to do. So Arjun, for Bhagwan is also telling Arjuna, as a Kshatriya, you should fight against everyone, like fight against here in the Kurukshetra against these Kauravas. This is your duty, and if you will do this duty, you will get the good. So good will happen with you. In 30th shloka and 37th shloka, Bhagwan will tell in detail how you will get the good, how good will come to you. Okay, so in next shloka, Bhagwan will continue with the same flow. Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavakaha, na chainam kledayantyapo, na shoshayati marutaha, nainam chindanti shastrani. So all the weapons, whatever you have, will not cut or cannot cut the soul. Nainam dahati pavaka. Pavaka, fire can also not burn it. It cannot burn the soul. Na chainam kledayantyapo. The water cannot wet this Atma, this soul, and na shoshayati marutaha, and the air cannot dry it. What does it mean? Again, the meaning is we have 5 Mahabhutas, 5 elements. What are these 5 elements? So Akash, Vayu, Vayu means Akash, ether, Vayu, air, Agni, fire, water, Jal, water, and then Prithvi as earth. So all these elements cannot affect on the soul. So Nainam Chindanti Shastrani, the Shastra, you think in the war, in this war, what you have, you will kill the Bhishma Pitama or Dronacharya what will you use? So you will use some weapons which are made up with the with different things. So these you cannot kill them, because these weapons cannot kill the soul. It can just kill the body, not the soul. So Nainam Chindanti Shastrani, Shastras, the weapons cannot cut it. It cannot kill it. Nainam Dahati Pavaka, you have some Brahmastra, you have some Agni Astra or something. So with this Astra, with this fire also, you cannot burn the soul, because soul cannot be burned with the fire. Na chainam kledayantyapo na shoshayati marutha. And water, if you have some tricks like with the water or with the air, you want to kill someone in this battlefield, then also it is not possible to kill the soul. So ultimately, what is the message? You can only kill or you can only destroy the bodies, not to the souls. So why are you crying? Go and do the war. Go and stand up for the war. Now in 24th and 25th, he will again tell the same thing, like in different ways. So because this Atma, he is telling about the Atma, the soul, which we cannot tell anyone, which we cannot even hear. But because this is avyakta, this is something which we can only realize. Like we have sweetness of the sweet. You can only realize it. You cannot tell anyone and you cannot hear it. By hearing, you cannot get the essence of sweetness. Similarly, Atma cannot be seen. Atma cannot be told anyone. It can be realized. So here in these shlokas, Bhagwan, in different ways, in different shlokas, what Bhagwan wants to say, he is just telling some hints how it can be. But until unless you realize it, you cannot know the Atma. Bhagwan is just giving the hints. So in these shlokas also he will give us the hints. So achedyo yamadahyoyam akledyo shoshya evacha nitya sarvagatastharo rachaloyam sanatanaha. So he's saying achedyoyam. So it is achedyoyam means with the weapons you cannot cut it. Achedyoyam. So like in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad we have a story. Yagyavalk and Shakalya are there, and with the like Yagyavalk asked some question with to Shakalya, and Shakalya is unable to give the answer, and because of the shrapa, so this is something like shastrarts is going on. So because of the shrap or curse of Yagyavalk, his head will be broken. His head will be cut. So like this, someone can cut the head with the mantras, with the shrap, with the weapons. You cannot cut the soul. That is the meaning. So first he says achedya. The soul is achedya. It cannot be cut with any weapon or any shrap, etc. Then adahyoyam. Adahyoyam means it can be burned. So like we have again the another story of Damayanti. So adahyo means Damayanti gives curse, or it curse to Vyadha, and it can like there in the story the Vyadha was burned by the curse of Damayanti. The soul cannot be burned with anything, the soul, any weapon or anything. So adahyoyam akledyoyam. You cannot wed this soul ashoshya. So it is ashosyam also. It cannot be dried. So you cannot dry this soul. So like Agastya Rishi, he dried the entire ocean, and by drying this entire ocean, he destroyed the entire ocean. But you cannot destroy the ocean. And similarly, we have some ragas. Like there is one raga called Malkosh raga. Yeah, this is Malkosh raga. So after singing this raga, it is said that the stones are also wet. It also get the word. It will also be wet. So, but there is nothing exist, any raga or anything. Like we have Chandrakant Mani. There is a stone which comes under the moon. It will be wet, but there is nothing which can wet the Atma, that supreme soul. So Bhagwan is saying it can't be wet also. So Nitya, it always exists. Sarvagata, it is everywhere. And Achalaha, Asthanu. So here Sthanu and Achalaha. So Achala means it is not like it will go somewhere and it will come from somewhere. It is Achalaha. It is still like a tree. Like you have tree at one place only. It exists at one place. Similarly, this Atma or the soul is also exists at one place. You cannot move it. Why? Because it is all pervading. It is everywhere. If the something is everywhere, then where it will go? Because it is everywhere. No place exists without it. Because the existence itself is the supreme element. So it cannot go anywhere because it is everywhere. So he's saying achalam. It is achalam. Now someone can ask, okay, it is achalam. It cannot move anywhere like a tree. But like in the tree, we have branches. It can move. It can shake inside only. So Atma, maybe the soul can also shake inside. So he's saying it cannot shake also. Thanu. Thanu, it is unmoving, completely stationary, unmoving, and complete changeless. The sthanu and sanatana means changeless. So it cannot move from here to there. It cannot move inside also. That's why it's saying sthanu. And it is sanatanaha, changeless. So it will not change. So it is unmoving sthanu. It is a stationary sthanu, unmoving achalam. And then sanatana means it is from everywhere, every time. So it is from starting point of this word. So it is changeless. And then in the next shloka, again the same thing. He continues with the like avyaktoyam achintyoyam avikaryoyam uchyate tasmadevam viditvainam nanushochitum arhasi. So he's saying avyakt. This Atma is avyakt. You cannot perceive with your eyes or any other sense organs. Avyaktoyam. Because it is avyaktoyam, so it is achintya also. Achintya means unthinkable. You cannot think about the Atma. Means if you perceive something with your sense organs, then only you will be able to think about it. But as you cannot perceive it, so you cannot think about it. Avikaryam. Avikaryam means it is unchangeable. So like you have milk where with the, if it will come with the curd, then milk, the form of milk will change. So it will change its form. But Atma will not change the form. It is unchangeable. Avikaryo yamuchyate tasmad evam viditvainam. So therefore, after knowing like this, na anushochitu marhasi. You are not supposed to grieve for it, because it is unchangeable. It will always exist. You cannot do anything with this. You cannot even make it feeling bad, because it has no feelings also. Then what is the problem? Why are you crying? So this Atma is as it is. Now this is about the Jnani Purusha. This is the knowledge. Now he's telling, okay, but if you think it is not right, but still if you think you are very jiddi person, if you are think no, I will believe that I am getting birth and I am going to die, then also Bhagavan says, okay, logically you are using so much mind, you are using so much intellect, then also if you think that, which is not right to think, that Atma is having birth and death, then also atha chainam nityajatam nityam va manyase mritam tathapi tvam mahabaho naivam shochitum arhasi. Atha chainam, if you think nityajatam, Atma always get birth, and manyase mritam, you think that it will die one day, again it will take birth, it will die. Tathapi tvam mahabaho, then also, O mahabaho, tvam, you are not supposed to grieve for it. Why? Because jatasya hi dhruvo mrityur dhruvan janma mritasya cha tasmad apariharyerthe natvam shochitum arhasi. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityur. This is like certain that if something is born, then it will die, and if something is dying, it will born. This is like the thumb rule. It is the rule. You have to believe on it. Then also, so it is apariharyarthe. You cannot do anything about it. It is unavoidable. You cannot do anything. And if something is out of control, then why you have to think about it? If something is out of control, then you should not think about it. Why are you grieving? Why are you crying for it? If someone is born, then the person will die, or someone is dying, it will again take birth, new birth will come. Then also in both the ways, why are you crying again? So Bhagavan is trying to convince Arjuna very hard that you should not cry, but you should fight. Even though you will die, you will kill them, they will again get new birth. And if they are, because they have this birth, that means they are going to die one day. So these are unavoidable things. You cannot have control over it. Like suppose in the sunshine you are going, so what will you do? The sun rays will come to you. You cannot just start crying why the sun rays are coming to you. Either you can cure, or Bhagavan has given another solution in 14th chapter. in 14th shloka of this chapter, second chapter, Tantitiksha Bharata, you tolerate with this thing, or you endure these things. So either you cure or endure. You can use sunscreen, you can use some cloth, you can use umbrella, and if you are not able to use this, you are not able to get this, then endure it. So you have only two options, but you are not supposed to cry at any moment. That is the meaning. Then avyaktadini bhutani vyaktamadhyani bharata avyakta nidhananyeva tatra ka paridevana. So here in Sankhya philosophy, it is very famous. They always quote the shloka in their whenever they explain their principles. So avyaktadini bhutani. So before the birth, nothing was vyakt or manifested. It was unmanifested. And after vyakta madhyani bharata, and after death, avyakta nidhananyeva tatra ka paridevana. Avyakta nidhananyeva. After death also it is unmanifested everything. So it is manifested for the very small time duration. Vyakta madhyani. So vyakta madhyani bharata, in very small time duration, it will be existing as manifested form. And before that and after, before birth and after that, it will be unmanifested. So we have birth, B for birth, and D for death, and between B and C we have C for choice. So between birth and death we have choice, but for the birth and for the death we don't have choice. For B and for D, for these two alphabets we don't have choice, but for C we have choice. So Vyakta Madhyani, when we are in manifested form, how we can live, how we can do good works, and how we can avoid all the bad things. This is this is in our hand. But how we will get birth and where we will get birth, where we will die, what we will do after birth, after death, we don't have these things in our hand. So what is in our control? Our control is on our life. But before life, or the birth or the death, we don't have any control. So why we should cry for that? Tatra ka paridevana. Why are you lamenting for these things which you don't have control? So you have control over your life. So just do your karma, because you have control over your action. So the message from all these things is, you do your karma. You are Kshatriya and you are supposed to fight against these Kauravas. So you fight, don't cry. You are not supposed to do that. And anyway, this Atma, this Vishnu Pitama, Dronacharya, their souls are Nitya. It will exist every time. You cannot kill them. So you can only kill the body, not to the Atma. So don't cry, just do your action. That is the message of these shlokas. So we will complete this session with this shloka. Next time we will see other shlokas. Let's do little Sankirtanam. Hari Sharanam, 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 Hari Sharanam. Jai Shri Krishna.
Thank you so much. This is so much beautiful, enlightened session. You have also a very good voice, beautiful voice. Now we go for the question answer round. And if you have some doubts or some questions, you can raise your hand. Please raise your hand if you have. Yeah. Shri Vedyaji.
Shri Vidyaji.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much for this Arthvivechan session. I have one thing to clarify from this shloka. Jatasya hi dhruvam mrityur. Dhruvancha. Let me start my video. Yeah, from that shloka. So there, Bhagavan says, one who has taken birth, that person will again. We will have to die, and one who has died will have to take the birth. But what if that person gets the moksha, and will he again have?
As I told, this is not for he is telling you the perspective of ajnana, illusion. So for the people who are living in the illusion, for them there is no moksha. So they don't know even the concept of moksha. If they know the concept of moksha, then they will know the immortal soul also. The soul is immortal, so that will never destroy. That concept will also come if they know the moksha. That's why he's saying.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So this particular shloka, actually Chinmayananji also wrote this thing. This particular shlokas, these two, he has written for the people who this is not his writing with the Paramarthik Drishti or the stage where we are talking about moksha, etc. We are living in this world. So with this worldly vision, he has written these two shlokas. Yeah. If there is any other question, otherwise we can conclude the session. I think no.
I think thank you so much again, Didi. And for the Samapan Pratna, I would like to invite Indra Didi. Yes. And
Jai Shri Krishna Didi.
first of all, I would like to thank to all the technical team and Vivechan Satra team for their support, so that this session is so good. And now I invite Indra Didi for the Samapan Pratna. Didi joined Geeta Parivar November 2021. She is from Mumbai. She is giving seva as a technical assistant. Welcome, Didi.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Yogesham Satchidanandam Vasudevam Vrajapriyam Dharma Sanstapakam Veeram Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, and thank you so much. And at the end, we will chant Hanuman Chalisa. Please don't skip it. And we will meet on next session, next week. First, not last, Hanuman Chalisa.
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारी बरनउ रघुबर विमल जसु जो दायकु फलचारी बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीसतिहु लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज संवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुबीर हर्षि उर लाए, रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई। सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे, अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे, सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा, नारद सारद सहित अहिसा। जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते, कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते, तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा, राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा। तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु, लील्योताहि मधुर फल जानू। प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि, जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज सम्हारो आपे, तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों जुग पर ताप तुम्हारा है, प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता, असवर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्तन धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई, छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, कीजय नाथ हृदय महडेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरन, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुर भूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय।
सभी को जय श्री कृष्णा। और you all have Ram Pratishtha app in your mobile and you are adding Hanuman Chalisa every day. Thank you so much and see you again in